Welcome to Top Chef Junior Snyder Edition. Today in this competition, we have 5 contestants claiming to win the crown of Best Chef in the Kitchen. Today, we will follow each of our contestants to see what meal and what dessert they are planning and how they're going to win it. This is Top Chef Junior Snyder Edition. Our first contestant is one of our youngest. Meet Chef Ari, a young chef who claims that she has the best cupcakes and tacos in this entire world.
My name's Ari, and I'm making cupcakes and tacos.
Along with her entree of tacos and her dessert of cupcakes, Chef Ari believes that she needs a few more side dishes. To start off, she'll be making a pizza. Why do you want to win first place?
Because of all yummy stuff.
Do you think the judges are going to like your thing?
Yes.
Now that the pizza's in the oven, Chef Ari can continue and start to cook her taco meat.
So I'll put sour cream in the middle, beef in the middle, and then cheese on top of the beef and little tiny lettuce on top of the beef and cheese.
Chef Ari agreed that the taco meat looked terrific. However, her nose didn't agree.
I didn't like the taco meat because it didn't have seasoning in it. When we were done with the beef, we got to drain the taco meat's juice out.
As Chef Ari continues and finishes with the taco meat, she decides to get all the toppings and her other side dish of Doritos. Now that Chef Ari's all prepared, she is done with her assignment. Let's move on to the next contestant. Next up is Chef Casey, who believes comfort foods are the best dish for any judge.
My name is Casey Snyder. I'm 11 years old, and I'm making brownie truffles dipped in melted chocolate and chocolate pearls for the decoration on top. I mix them all together, pour them in a pan. I lift the spoon to see if there's still any more ingredients that I tasted. I get another spoon and keep mixing because I tasted a little bit of batter in there. Put it in the oven at 358 degrees, and I set the time for 30 minutes. Alright, I let the brownies set for cool. I washed my hands, I grabbed them, rolled them up to a ball, put them on a pan with the cookie sheet on top, and I put them in the freezer. I'm making meatloaf, mac and cheese, and broccoli. For my meatloaf, my brother really hates meatloaf, so I impressed him by putting stuffing in there because he really likes stuffing. When it's 15 more minutes in, I start to make mac and cheese and broccoli. It takes a while to make the broccoli, and I made it at the same time where the mac and cheese was. So the meatloaf is done, and I start decorating the plates with ketchup and swipe, and I place the meatloaf out on the ketchup swipe. The cheese is done, and I start putting it on the plate, and the broccoli is still taking a very long time to get it right.
Chef Casey finishes off her meal by dipping her truffles in milk chocolate and decorating it with pearls. Chef Casey seems to be done with her meal, so let's move on to the next contestant. Next up is Chef Brady, whose interesting ideas are sure to blow the judges away.
My name is Brady Snyder. I am 13 years old, and I am making a dessert lasagna. So for my entree, I made a sausage pasta. Then my chips are basically lasagna noodles that are cooked, and I cut them into triangle pieces. I put I mixed olive oil and water into a small bowl, and I brushed the top and bottom of the lasagna chips. And then I preheat the oven to 400 degrees, bake them in the oven.
Chef Brady is prepared and ready for the judges' table. Let's move on to our next contestant. Next up is Chef Kaylin, whose traditional British dessert is sure to wow the judges.
I am Kaylin Snyder, and I am 9 years old, and I made a British fruity cake. I made a cake out of scratch with whipped cream out of scratch. And I made berries that are shaped like the British flag. For my entree, I made fish and chips. I got cod, and I put it in egg white, and then I rolled it around in cereal, and then I put it on the pan.
Chef Kaylin has now finished his British meal, so let's move on to our last contestant. Next up is Chef Faith, whose Italian-themed meal is ripe for the win. My name is Faith Snyder. I'm 16 years old, and for my dessert, I'm going to be making tiramisu. So what I did first was mix together my mascarpone cheese, heavy whipping cream, sugar, and I blended that until it was nice and creamy. Then I dipped some ladyfinger cookies in some cold espresso and layered that with the mascarpone filling, and then I put it in the freezer to cool. For my entree, I am making Italian calzones, corn, strawberries, and for my drink, I'm going to have sparkling red grape juice. For my calzones, I roll out the dough and I divide it equally and roll it out to make circles. Then I put in the fillings like the marinara sauce, pepperoni, ricotta, mozzarella, and I fold that into little pies, and then I cook it in the oven for a few minutes. while that's cooking, I start to get to work on my corn, and then I slice up my strawberries and place them on the plate. When the calzones are done, I garnish them with Italian seasoning. All the chefs have presented their meals and all the judges have tried them. It's time to determine who is top chef. Ari, tell us what you made for us today.
I made cupcakes, pizza, and hot tacos.
For your side dishes, what do you have?
I have pizza and chips.
Good. What was the most difficult thing you had to do?
Cook the beef.
What was the most easiest thing you had to do?
Get the pizza in the oven. I made meatloaf, mac and cheese, and broccoli, and for dessert I made truffles and chocolate-covered graham crackers.
So I made a sausage pasta with onions, mozzarella, and parmesan. And then I made chips that have paprika, garlic powder, Italian seasoning, and basil.
And for your dessert?
And for my dessert, I made a peanut butter chocolate lasagna with my souffle of the cupcakes.
I made fish and chips with a cake with a British flag on it and strawberries in the middle of the layers of the cake with strawberries around it.
Today for you, I made an Italian calzone with ricotta cheese, mozzarella, and pepperoni. And for your dessert, I made a tiramisu with ladyfingers, mascarpone cheese filling, and dusted with cocoa powder.
So, you were scored on planning, which was, did the course make a sensible meal? Were the guest taste taken into account? Preparation, did the chef check that they had all the equipment required before starting? And did the chef take responsibility for planning the ingredients? The main course was judged on taste, presentation, and timing. The dessert was also judged on taste, presentation, and timing. And then we asked if you cleared away. Was the kitchen left tidy after you were done? Did they clean your workstation throughout the time? And then hygiene. Were the chefs practicing good hygiene? And then we also added a category of help. Did you need a lot of help and assistance? So,
I asked for one thing and then she started.
she did an amazing job.
Oh, it's a she?
But it's the first time she cooked. So Ari scored a total of 33 points for 5th place. Good job, Ari.
Remember, everyone liked your dinner.
And yeah, we liked your dinner. It was very good.
Loved your dinner, Ari.
Just because you did win.
So, 33 points was last place. The next highest score was 45 points.
He's looking at me. Obviously, you're not very good judges usually.
Actually, yeah, average was 45.5 points. And that goes to Brady.
Brady, 4th place!
4th place? Oh yeah.
And I'm first.
Top 3.
I saw it.
Kaylin. Your meal was good. It was balanced. The fish was cooked beautifully. The coating was really surprising to us because
Yeah, it didn't taste like cereal.
it didn't taste like cereal, which was really cool. The dessert, a little sloppy, but it was good. Casey, your meal, very well balanced. The meatloaf, and then the mac and cheese, very home, what do you call it?
Home cooked comfort food. But you
Comfort
didn't make
food.
the mac and cheese from scratch.
Yes. So we had to take that into account. Faith, we felt like this was an easy dish.
Yup.
Felt like this is something that could have made it a little bit more complex. Kaylin, please pack your knives and go. So it comes down to the two winners.
Oh, what?
Whoa, no.
Second.
Casey's win.
Faith,
Yeah.
please pack your